Again, we're in John's Gospel today. It's verses 1 through 3 of chapter 14. Listen. Let not your hearts be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, would I have told you that I go to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and will take you to myself, that where I am, you may be also. Now, in the first verse of this chapter, Jesus tells them to not be troubled. That's not an easy thing for them to do. After all, Jesus has just washed all their feet, and they've just heard that one of them will betray Jesus and one of them will deny Jesus. This is not the sort of talk that leads to calm and carefree hearts, is it? True, they don't know at this point that it's Judas who betrays Jesus, even though after sharing bread with Jesus, Judas leaves. John is kind enough to suggest that they all thought Judas was going on a simple errand for Jesus to buy more supplies or give something to the poor. They only understood that someone they knew and trusted and had walked with together for 3 years is going to turn against Jesus and so betray him. And along with that, Jesus has just told Peter in front of them all that he will deny Jesus. Even though Peter has made the boast that he would die for Jesus, still Jesus insists that Peter will deny him. None of this sort of Passover dinner conversation is easy or comfortable. And here now is Jesus telling them to not have troubled hearts. Of course, Jesus needs to tell them this because he knows not only what he's just said has upset them, but he also knows that what's coming in the next few hours will simply shatter them. So he speaks words of comfort. And that peace, Jesus says, lies in trusting God and himself, trusting Jesus just the same. It's the same word Jesus uses to refer to God and to himself. Believe. Believe in God and in me. And in that, in trusting God and Jesus, their hearts, the disciples' hearts, and ours as well, will be given peace. Then Jesus goes on to speak further words of assurance. He speaks of God's house, and that not only does Jesus leave them to go and prepare a place for them in that great house, but that he will return for them. Their peace in this world is not to be found in trusting the things of this world, but peace is found in the surety of Jesus' promise, not just to go, but to return and bring them home to heaven with God, with Jesus, and in his Father's home there. Now, when trouble and sorrow, confusion and chaos seem to reign for us, we need these words of Christ as well. We do our hearts a favor when we rest them on the admonition of Jesus to believe in God and in himself, that he and his Father God are to be trusted, not just for our needs here and now, but that the here and now is not our final goal, nor is it our resting place. That is reserved for us with Jesus in God's house. After all, Jesus has promised that he will return and that he will take us to be with him there, where he has gone to prepare for us in the Father's house. Let not our hearts be troubled. Goodbye.